Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of Career Mode. Now I will warn you all, there might be a few mistakes within this commentary as I am running on no sleep. I actually pulled an all-nighter trying to sort out this goddamn sleeping pattern. But anyways, let's get into this Career Mode goodness. So first off, we actually decide to simulate this game, mainly for fitness reasons as we do have a midweek game. And as always, you know, whenever you simulate a game, it tends to be that your fitness is much better for midweek games. I'm not exactly sure why that is or if that works for anyone else, but for me it always seems to be doing a much better job. Nevertheless though, we laid down the pipe as we won 5-0 there. Very impressive there, and I decided to show you guys a squad report. I know there were huge shouts for squad report, so I did want to show you guys it, and as you guys can see, the team is coming along very nicely. Rodrigo there already with a +4, Doumbia with a +1, I believe Ericsson also with a +4, and Anderson there, yeah, with +4, and just everyone is doing fantastic on the squad. As you guys can see, I mean, also in the gameplay, I've noticed that the players are really coming along nicely and things are just shaping up a whole lot better than, you know, when we first started. But we did have a huge game on our hands. This was against Barcelona. Last time I managed a game against Barcelona was when I was managing for QPR, and it was the Champions League final. But I had Barcelona in the semi-finals. If I wanted to get through to the finals, I had to beat Barcelona. And, you know, last time I did manage a team that went on to beat Barcelona, we actually used the 5-3-2 formation, and the reason why I went for this 5-3-2 formation previously was mainly because the 5 at the back really just made sure that the fantastic dribbling from Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, just their entire team has great dribbling, didn't leak through the holes in my defense. So I very much took that sort of strategy and would try and kind of adapt it to the Ajax playing style and just see how it would all roll out. Hopefully it would work out for the best, and as you guys can see, I decided to go for that 5-3-2 and sort out the team based on that. I went for a relatively attacking team, if you will, not so much, as you guys can see, I do have Doumbia and Rodrigo in there, both of my strikers, and a few wingers there, and just playing as that center mid, just trying to get a bit of pace in that midfield. But unfortunately, despite having 5 at the back, Messi still just is too strong. I mean, you know, when I played with QPR, my defense was quite a bit better. I had the likes of Nastasic, Lovren there, Danilo, things like that that could play in certain roles, but unfortunately, Messi was just way too good. And as you can see, you know, he scored in the 10th minute, he went and scored in the 14th minute, and he wasn't done there. The team wasn't done there, as Iniesta just baffles my entire team, slots that into the bottom left, and they were 3-0 up. But what the hell? Mascherano hasn't left for Manchester United yet. I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed some, whenever I start up a new career mode or anything, Mascherano always seems to transfer over to Manchester United. Or I don't know, what about you guys? Do you guys have any teams like that where it's, you know, one player always tends to go to a certain team? Another one, for example, for me is Balotelli tends to go to Bayern Munich a lot, or Bayern Munich tends to take a look at Balotelli so much. Anyways, I received an offer from the Belgium FA asking if I would care to be their international manager, and I've said it before, I think, in a few other career mode episodes, you know, Belgium just have a quality squad on them, although I'm not that interested in doing any sort of international management at the moment, so I decided to leave that off to the side while I make my own mind up. But as you guys may have seen, you know, I lost 3-0 to Barcelona, and although that was disappointing, my second half performance was magnificent. I was really happy with that. I thought I played much better, actually. I thought I did far better than I did in the first half, that's for sure. As you guys saw, I mean, they just completely wrecked me. But, you know, I had this game here, I believe it was against FC20, and I went 1-0 up there, a good goal as well, a solid goal, and we were up against PSV, and PSV are a really tough side to get ahead in on the league, and, you know, by beating teams like FC20, who are definitely top tier of this league, you know, that was just going to be absolutely crucial, and Doumbia there seals the 3 points in the 87th minute by grabbing himself a goal. Unfortunately, no man in the match on our side. It must have been on the FC20 side, but still, Doumbia picking up that 8.8 rating, and you know, we still have that semi-final, the second leg this time, against Barcelona, and it was going to be really interesting. I have to admit, my head was down a little bit, and look at the fitness of my players. Oh dear God, like, You know, it's things like that where, you know, if you ever even want to have a chance at beating Barcelona, you've got to have a full fit squad. And if you just look at this, I had to make some serious substitutions, and unfortunately making these substitutions meant I had to weaken my squad and weaken it quite a bit, which was a real shame. You know, I really wish that it didn't have to be this way, but sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I didn't plan ahead well enough, and I feel as though it's a little bit my fault, but at the same time I feel as though FIFA was a little bit harsh on me. You know, I don't feel as though it was necessarily too fair, but I did have one advanced, I realized, so my players' energy levels were going to be okay. But like I said, very much a second tier team that I ended up putting out, and again I decided to go with that same formation, the 5-3-2, because I knew that worked against Barcelona when I was with QPR, and I felt as though, you know, if I played the way I did in the second half of the first leg, I definitely feel as though I could have grabbed something. So it was all down to me to really go in there and see what I could pull out. If I could pull out just, you know, anything, that would just be fantastic. But unfortunately, because of the first leg, I was 3-0 down on aggregate, and that is always going to be really tough to come back from. And they just play some of the most incredible football going. As you guys can see, just before halftime, there is, you know, I was through. That was it. There was a goal, and the ref blew up. I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely enraged. And, you know, that is just a scoring opportunity and a half. And, you know, refs are meant to blow on an attacking opportunity. And for me, I mean, that's a given goal for me. And unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. And Barcelona punished me for getting dicked on by the ref, as Messi there again being the one to inflict the pain onto the team as he brings his team up 1-0. A great ball through to Iniesta. Iniesta just bamboozles my defenders. They're left on the ground wondering what the fuck just happened. And the game unfortunately ended 2-0 to them, meaning it ended up 5-0 on aggregate. And when I just say that, that just sounds like a battering. So we'll just say I got knocked out of the Champions League, put it that way. Overall though, a really good game. Unfortunately though, going up against Barcelona in the semi-finals is really unlucky, and they were just a next level team. I'm just not near that level just yet, although don't get me wrong, my team is strong and I'm liking the look of it at the moment. You guys saw in the squad report, you know, the team is shaping up very nicely. It's just a matter of, you know, us having to work a little bit harder, and we're currently top of the league, so that's something to, you know, really keep an eye out for. We're definitely beating PSV at the moment, which is our main competitors, and we need to make sure we maintain that lead. But with some sloppy defending like this, there isn't going to be too much of that, because he does some jiggery-jaggery stuff and just dances and weaves in and around my defense, makes himself go 1-0 up, and the boys responded really well actually. Ericsson, who is just the maestro of everything, Rodrigo with the shot, and a great follow-up goal there from Dumbia. It's great to finally have someone just in the right position at the right time, as that is really just a really important quality of a striker. You know, their sort of positioning, but a fantastic ball through to Rodrigo, and Rodrigo is going to bury that 9 out of 10 times. So we managed to go 2-1 up, but we weren't done there yet, ladies and gents. We wanted some more career mode goodness, and that's exactly what we went for. You know, the team had been playing well. As you can see, we just managed to nick the ball off them just at the halfway line. A really good effort from, I believe that's my left centre back, to find the animal, and the animal puts it into the back of the net. Dumbia there with man of the match and a 9.8 rating, very well deserved. And that will pretty much be it for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you did all enjoy it, and if you did, then leave a like, favorite, whatever, just anything would be awesome. You guys know that's the best way to support me, is by leaving a like, a comment, a favorite, any of that good shenanigans. Seriously, it really does help me out. And we have got some huge decisions coming up. You know, do I leave at the end of the season? All that sort of stuff. There is a Facebook poll in the description. Feel free to click on my Facebook page and go and check that shenanigans out, guys. Until then, I'll catch you all later. I hope you all have a cracking day, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye.